Bruno is an 8-year-old German boy running back home from school with his friends. He is the son of Ralph, a rich Nazi officer in Hitler's Germany. Bruno returns to his home, a palatial mansion, and finds it being decorated and cleaned.
A party to celebrate.
He's still going to be a soldier though, isn't he?
His mother Elsa tells him that the family is hosting a party that night to celebrate the promotion of his father. Ralph informs his children that they are leaving Berlin and moving towards the countryside as he has been transferred. On hearing this, Bruno gets very sad as he will have to leave his friends behind. The next day, Bruno and his family leave their Berlin home and move to the newly conquered Polish countryside. Their new house is a dull 2-story house with a garden surrounded by high walls. Bruno misses his old, colorful home. While peeking through the window of his new room, Bruno notices some houses far away. He believes that those houses belong to farmers and assumes that there are children playing there. He tells his mother about the farmers he saw, the ones that wear strange, striped pajamas. When Elsa is arranging the kitchen, an elderly man enters and brings fresh vegetables for the day. Bruno notices that he is wearing the same striped pajamas that he saw before. Curious about what Bruno is referring to, Elsa looks at the man's ankles as he leaves and realizes who he is. Furious, Elsa enters Ralph's office and confronts him about the camp. She reminds him that he promised to keep his family away from them, so the window from which Bruno could see the camp is boarded up, and he is not allowed to make new friends from there. One day, while he is playing in the front garden, he notices a small door that leads to the backyard of the house. Quietly, he tries to sneak inside and explore, but is noticed by Elsa, who calls him inside. Bruno is forced to stay inside and get used to his new house. At dinner, Ralph informs him that he has arranged a tutor for Bruno and his sister Gretel. Bruno is happy about the fact that he does not have to go to school. The next day, Bruno is playing on a swing when he notices some smoke in the sky. He tries to stand and look for the place where the smoke is coming from, but falls down in doing so and gets hurt. The elderly man who brings them vegetables picks him up and provides him with first aid. Bruno is skeptical about the bandaging and thinks he should see a doctor, but the old man assures him that he is fine. He says that he used to be a doctor himself. The elderly man introduces himself as Pavel, and Bruno is surprised about the fact that a doctor is working in his house and peeling potatoes. Soon, Elsa arrives and sees Pavel taking care of an injured Bruno. She looks a bit scared, but makes sure to thank Pavel for his help. The next day, Bruno is looking out through his sister's window and notices an old man riding a bicycle. He is their new teacher. The teacher teaches them about the Nazi regime, Hitler's Third Reich, and its history.
Adventure books mainly. You know, knights in shining armor.
But Bruno wants to read adventure books, so he gets a big, bulky history book instead. Later, as Bruno is reading through his big history book, he notices that the door to the backyard is open. This time, he quickly runs towards the shed. He jumps through the window and steps into the open forest, walking on a track without knowing where the path is leading him. Bruno follows the trail and reaches the camp, which he believes to be the farm. The camp is surrounded by barbed wire fences. All the people inside are wearing striped pajamas with a number on them, exactly the one Pavel used to wear. Bruno notices a boy of his age sitting alone inside the camp. Bruno walks up to the fence and introduces himself to the boy. He gets to know that the other boy's name, Shmuel. Shmuel tells him that he is hungry and asks if Bruno has anything to eat. Bruno looks dejected as he doesn't have any food, but he makes up his mind that he will bring something for Shmuel the next time. He thinks that Shmuel is part of a game as he notices the numbers on his clothes. Shmuel tells him that the number has nothing to do with any games. Shmuel runs back to the huts after a guard starts whistling. Bruno also returns home. The next day, Bruno arrives at the camp with a chocolate bar for Shmuel, but Shmuel is nowhere to be seen. Bruno visits Shmuel often, bringing food with him every time. Eventually, Bruno learns that Shmuel is a Jew who was brought to the camp with his parents.
So is your dad a farmer? No, he's a watchmaker.
Bruno also asks Shmuel about the smoke coming from the chimneys, but he replies that he is not allowed to go anywhere near them. Bruno then returns to his home, promising to meet Shmuel soon. Later, we see Bruno asking his father about the smoke. Ralph answers that the smoke is coming from the burnt garbage in the chimneys. Meanwhile, Elsa visits Gretel's room and is suspicious about what their tutor is teaching them, as she notices several Nazi war posters on her wall. The teacher is teaching the children about the Jews, implying that they are evil and are the main cause for the downfall of the country. However, Bruno, who is thinking of Shmuel, retaliates by saying that not all Jews are evil. After the class, he decides to visit Shmuel and remembers to pack some food for him. He cleverly steps out of his house through the back door and reaches the camp. He gives the food he brought to Shmuel and watches him while he finishes it. After Shmuel has eaten, Bruno throws his football inside the camp to play with Shmuel, but it scares Shmuel as he's afraid that someone might catch them. He throws the ball back and hides behind the pillars. Meanwhile, Elsa is disturbed by the foul smell coming from the chimneys. Lieutenant Kotler tells her that the smoke coming from the camp is caused by the burning of Jewish bodies. On hearing this, Elsa is shocked and immediately confronts Ralph about it. Ralph smugly explains to her that he has been promoted to execute Jews, but Elsa is horrified to see what her husband has become. Later, at the dinner table, Pavel accidentally spills the wine while serving Kotler and gets brutally thrashed by him. Bruno is affected by this and starts crying with his sister, questioning whether their father is really a good person. One day, while roaming around the house, Bruno notices Shmuel inside one of the rooms, cleaning the wine glasses. He is overjoyed to see him and hands him some food. Shmuel accepts the food and starts eating, but Kotler catches him before he can finish it and accuses him of stealing food. He screams angrily at Shmuel, who replies he hasn't stolen the food and that it was handed to him by his friend Bruno. Kotler then turns to Bruno and confronts him. Out of fear, Bruno lies to him, telling him that he doesn't know Shmuel and is seeing him for the first time. Kotler is furious to hear this. He calls Shmuel a thief and promises to punish him. Back in his room, Bruno feels guilty for putting Shmuel in danger. He immediately rushes to the camp, but doesn't find Shmuel there. Disappointed, he returns back home just in time to see some army men arriving at his house. Ralph welcomes them, and they head to a room to take a look at a documentary film about life in the concentration camp. Bruno also secretly watches the documentary and notices that the children are playing around and the families are enjoying their time inside. This is actually a fake documentary fed by the Nazis to the outside world in order to hide the atrocities of the camp. Bruno, who is still too young to understand all this, hugs his father after the documentary, thinking of him as a good man. Later, Bruno heads to the camp to meet Shmuel. When he gets there, he notices that Shmuel has an injured right eye as a result of Kotler's punishment. Bruno apologizes for his mistake, and Shmuel forgives him. Back home, Elsa is greatly affected by her husband's cruel nature.
One presumably doesn't have to report one's mother.
She is also afraid about her children's future, living around the concentration camp. Seeing all this, Ralph decides to send his children back to Berlin. He informs Bruno about the return, but now Bruno does not want to go away. Ralph tells him that they are leaving with his mother in a few days. Bruno gets sad and immediately visits Shmuel to tell him that he is going away. Shmuel does not respond to it, as he is already sad about the fact that his father is missing from yesterday as a result of his mistake. Bruno decides to help Shmuel find his father before leaving for Berlin. He notices that he could dig a hole with a stick to get past the wires. So before returning home, Bruno asks Shmuel to get him a striped outfit so that he could help find his father.
Go to your side? What's the point in that? Your dad's not going to be over here, is he?
The next day, Bruno prepares a sandwich for Shmuel and is ready to visit him. He lies to Elsa that he's going to play on the swing for the last time before going to Berlin. Elsa agrees to let him play outside, thinking that he will eventually get away from the evil place. Bruno then takes a shovel and runs towards the camp through the back door. Meanwhile, Shmuel has brought a pair of striped pajamas for Bruno. He puts them on and starts digging under the wire. After some time, Bruno manages to crawl inside and they run towards the buildings to search for Shmuel's father. Back at the mansion, Elsa notices that Bruno is nowhere near the swing and starts searching for him. She nervously looks everywhere in the house but fails to find him. Soon, she notices the door to the backyard open and runs to look for Bruno. She realizes that Bruno has jumped through the window of the shed as she notices a sandwich dropped right below the opening.
Bruno's missing.
A search is ordered quickly. With the help of sniffer dogs and other army officers, they start heading through the forest to the camp. Soon, Bruno and Shmuel enter a hut and begin searching for Shmuel's missing father. At the same time, a group of soldiers arrive there and order everyone inside the hut to get outside. The two kids are trapped between the group of men and are forced to move in the direction where the group is heading. As Bruno is wearing the same striped dress, no one can tell that he is not a Jew. The inmates are then taken to a changing room and told to remove their clothes for a shower. Meanwhile, Ralph finds Bruno's clothes just outside the fence and realizes that his son is now inside the camp. He quickly enters the camp and orders his officers to look for Bruno. Elsa grabs Bruno's clothes and starts crying his name. Meanwhile, Bruno and Shmuel are led into a gas chamber, completely oblivious to what is going on. They are locked inside, and soon, a soldier releases the poisonous gas inside the chamber. While the other Jews panic, Bruno and Shmuel hold each other's hands because they don't understand what's going to happen. After not finding Bruno in any hut, Ralph realizes that a mass execution is taking place which also has his son, Bruno, in it. He cries out his son's name at the fence. Elsa and Gretel also hear Ralph's cries, and Elsa falls to her knees, weeping in despair. The gas chamber goes silent, indicating that all the prisoners, including Bruno and Shmuel, are dead.